everybody, this is Julie Bean with Beadaholic, and in this video I want to show you how to make a decorative spiral around a bead. So if you look at this bead right here, it's a pretty little pearl, and I was able to do a little spiral effect on it, and which just creates like an added interest, a little bit of a different look on a classic design. So this is a really simple earring. We just have two beads. We have a nice larger pearl followed by a smaller pearl, just with some pretty wire wrapping. So what you're going to need for this is you will need your main bead. This will work on any bead really, but I think an 8, a 10, a 12 millimeter bead is ideal. And then we're going to be using 24 gauge wire as well, and some basic tools. So we have a pair of cutters, we have a pair of round nose pliers. Well, actually mine are wire looping pliers. You could use round nose as well. I do like the wire looping, and there's going to be a link to them in the project description here. And then I also just have one pair of chain nose. So pretty basic tools here. So this is a really nice, simple design and very elegant as well. Okay, begin by cutting yourself some wire. We're going to cut about 10 inches of wire for this project. So I'm going to eyeball it. It's going to be about 10 inches right here. And you're going to start by making a wrapped wire loop. Again, you can do this with round nose pliers. I am using the wire looping pliers. So I just am going to come right up here, where it's about an inch from my wire tail, bend the wire over, rotate the pliers up top, crisscross, straighten it out. Now you could go back in with your chain nose. You're going to grab that loop, and we're just going to do a couple nice little wraps. So if you see that, we just have a couple nice little wraps right there. We're going to go in with our cutters and trim our tail. And we're going to go back with our chain nose, and we're going to tuck our tail in, just so we don't have a little bit of wire poking out right there. Okay, now go ahead, take your bead, string it on, and let it go down to your wrapped wire loop. So that stops your bead from falling off. Okay, now we're going to go up and we're going to make another wrapped wire loop up top. So not exactly where the bead exits. You're going to have just a little bit of a gap right there. And you're going to squeeze and overlap so it crisscrosses. You can remove your pliers at this point, and now you're going to take your chain nose and you're going to do your wrappings. So right now this is the same as if you were just going to do a little bead with two wrapped wire loops. So if you weren't going to do the decorative spiral, you would just trim your tail right now, right there, tuck your wire end and call it good. But we are going to do the decorative spiral. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your long end here, and you're just going to keep doing more wraps. And I'm going to show you what it's looking like as we're doing it. Keep doing more. It's almost like you're working around the bead, making a pretty little topper, which again, you could stop and make this be part of your decorative element. Okay, so after you've done a couple and you're happy with it, what you're gonna do is you're gonna take that wire end and you're gonna hold it against the bead, and you're gonna spiral it around the bead. So see how we're working our way down the side of it. You're gonna keep doing that until you're on to the other side. So now we're going around the wrappings that we already made to start with. You're just going to wrap a couple times. And here we've started to make a little bit of a decorative spiral on this side. And you can do it as much or as little as you like. So I'm going to stop right now because I know that's wrapped around nicely and it's not going to come undone. And then trim your tail. And then what you want to always do is go back and tuck your tail as well. And to tuck it, you just push that wire into your wrappings. And we're done. So really quick, really easy to do, but it's really quite pretty. It's just that little extra element where you got those nice spirals up top, and then it kind of cascades into a pretty little spiral along the side of the bead. And then here are my examples of what you can do with it. Really easily, you can turn it into a pretty pair of earrings. I'll show you this one as well. So pretty quick and easy project. And you see this one, the spiral ended up actually getting a little bit bigger and looser right up top, and then it spiraled along the side of it. So there's a lot of variations you can do with this. Just play with the wire, work with it, and kind of let it lead you as to what it wants to do. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. We have many more over at beadaholique.com.